As you can probably tell, not in my usual place because I'm in New York City visiting my sister for a little weekend getaway in honor of one of New York's citizens, Lin Manuel Miranda. I'm gonna spend my 7 miles today trying to come up with a Lin Manuel Miranda inspired hip hop rhyme. Hopefully that'll pass the time.
After 5 weeks, I've officially reached the 1/4 mark of this training block. Week 5 was the first of the official 16-week training plan I'm following, and week 6 is where the mileage really picks up. But before I get ahead of myself, I should address the elephant in the room. No, not this stuffed animal belonging to my kids. Rather, the big change I mentioned at the end of last week's video. Yes, it's true. My beard is gone. Now I'm left with just this. The reason is pretty simple. I was sitting with my 7-year-old son having a really nice moment when he looked up at me and said, "Dad, you have a lot of gray in your beard." So if there's no beard, I thought, there's no gray hair. That's just science. Okay, that's not really the reason. The real reason is that it's been so freaking hot this summer, it's just more comfortable to run without a beard. So for now, mustache it is. Let's dive into week 5 with a quick look at my stats. I started the week weighing in at 195 pounds and ended the week at 194 pounds. My average resting heart rate for the week was down to 51 beats per minute, an improvement finally. Sleep was moderately better than last week and was up to an average of 6 hours and 44 minutes per night. I definitely need to make improvements there, and I know I sound like a broken record saying that, but perhaps week 6 will see some more positive changes. Speaking of a broken record, strength training was once again non-existent. I feel like if I don't regiment this like I do with my training runs, it will never happen. So this week, instead of pressuring myself to get a strength training workout done, I'm going to commit myself to figuring out a real plan. Eating. Still doing the intermittent fasting, though I've been a little more fast and loose with the rules. But for the most part, I feel like what I'm doing is manageable for now. The running. Week 5 felt pretty solid. I had to front load my runs at the beginning of the week since I was solo parenting from Thursday through Sunday, but I managed to get all 5 runs in, including my Sunday long run on the road. Day 1 was an easy 3 miles, which I ran in 28:47 with an average heart rate of 135.
Week 5, day 1, 3 miles easy today. Feels like I'm running through a bowl of hot soup. Not great, but we're out here. Mile 1, 9:34. 2 to go. Mile 2, 9:27. 1 to go. That's it. That's 3 miles done. Last mile was 9:40 or something like that. I'm now 1 with the soup out here. And that'll do it for day 1 of week 5. On to the next one.
In the space building phase, I've typically taken Tuesday off. But due to the aforementioned schedule changes, I opted to move my Saturday 3-mile run to Tuesday. That Tuesday run was an easy 3 miles, which I ran in 28:38 with an average heart rate of 138.
Week 5, day 2. I don't normally run on Tuesdays, but I've got some travel coming up. Had to switch things up a bit, so running today instead of on Saturday. Making it work. Mile 1, 9:20. 2 to go. Mile 2, 9:33. 1 to go. That's it. That's mile 3, 9:43. This heat is so bad, man. Oh, it's so hot out here. But we did it. Rest till tomorrow. Get some water.
Because I got started far later than I had planned for day 3, I swapped out my scheduled 4-mile run and swapped in my 2-mile speed workout. I completed the short but tough run in 17:02 with an average heart rate of 142.
Week 5, day 3. 2-mile speed workout today. Mile 1, 8:34. Mile 2, 8:25. That's it. That was incredibly hard. Can't even talk. That was incredibly hard. It feels like you're running in a giant sauna. That's how hot it is. Step out here, sauna. Run, sauna. Stop, sauna. On to the next one.
On Thursday, I took care of my 4-mile run at an easy pace. I finished in 38:37 with an average heart rate of 135.
Week 5, day 4. 4 miles today. Second to last run of the week. I'm feeling it. But we're out here. Mile 1, 9:26. 3 to go. Mile 2, 9:43. It's just one of those mornings where everything's telling me to stop. And I have 2 to go. So today, it's mind over matter. Mile 3, 9:40. 1 to go. Okay, that last mile was 9:43. One thing I should point out is I really should have run with water today, because if I had to guess, based on the heat, humidity, and the effort I put in, I may have lost, I'm gonna guess, 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of water. Actual number right here. But yeah, carrying water when it's this hot, when you're going at least 4, probably a smart idea. One more for the week.
For my Sunday long run this week, I had the opportunity to run in the Big Apple. I had 7 miles on the schedule and was able to run through Queens and around Astoria Park while visiting my sister for the weekend. Despite the heat and humidity, it was refreshing to run somewhere new. I had to stop a few times to catch my breath and to take a selfie in front of the Manhattan skyline and the East River, but I finished the run with an average pace of 9:56 per mile and an average heart rate of 141. I should note now that in addition to focusing on my running form, my pace, my heart rate, and everything else that actually comes with running, I'm also constantly trying to think of new and fun ways to share my running journey with my little audience here. So for this run in New York City, I came up with possibly my dumbest idea yet to pass the time. And, well, just watch.
Good morning. Week 5, day 5. We're out for a 7-mile long run today. As you can probably tell, not in my usual place, because I'm in New York City visiting my sister for a little weekend getaway in honor of one of New York's citizens, Lin Manuel Miranda. I'm gonna spend my 7 miles today trying to come up with a Lin Manuel Miranda inspired hip hop rhyme. Hopefully that'll pass the time. Mile 1, 9:26. I'm no closer to figuring out my rhyme yet. Mile 2, 9:46. 9:55 for our finished mile 3. We're out here running in NYC. That was so dumb. That's 4 miles, 9:55. That's 5 miles, 9:56. 2 to go. Mile 6, did not clock the time, but less than a mile to go. Okay, that's 7 miles finished. Give me one moment to compose myself for the wrap that maybe one of you has been waiting for. All right, I've taken a moment to compose myself. And now, in honor of Lin Manuel Miranda and my run through Queens this morning in New York City, I present to you a little rap that I composed entirely on that run. I did write it down so I wouldn't forget. Here we go. If you have just a minute, can I please implore you? Just sit right down and listen to my little Astoria. Out here early running, can you feel me, peeps? Running early is no problem in the city that never sleeps. No days off, we're out here training to get that impressive rigidity. Even in that New York City oppressive humidity. Didn't want to run today, my sisters and brothers, but you just gotta put one foot in front of another and another and another. So if you're feeling down, you're feeling stuck with it, here's what I gotta say. Get up, it, be grateful to run, and be grateful for today. Peace!
Once you got started, it was like going on. I was like, what?
So that's it for week 5. Effort and outcome for this week was an 8 out of 10. I gave myself an extra half point for successfully coming up with a 10-line spoken word rhyme on my long run, despite how silly it actually was. As always, I'm grateful to run, and I'm grateful for today. 15 weeks, aka just over 100 days to go. This is Foot Up to Finisher, and this is episode 5. Thanks for watching. See you soon.